Let's crank up the rock and roll. Let's raise our lighters. Please help me welcome Dayna Steele.
How you guys doing? I want to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I always wanted to be a rock star, successful at something. I did run into a few problems along the way. I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't play a musical instrument. And finally, when it was time to go off to college, I figured it out. I was going to be a doctor. How hard could it be? But one night at a college party in College Station, a DJ from Bryan, it's like another double city thing, Bryan. When a DJ from Bryan comes to a college student's party in College Station, that was like the biggest star I had ever met. I was so impressed, and I really wanted a date with this guy. And he started making fun of the new student radio station and kind of daring people to audition. So I thought, if I go audition, I'll get the date. I auditioned for the radio station. I never got the date, but for the next 20 years, I was on the radio. The people that I still come across each and every day that are successful practice the same 4 rock star principles I watched Van Halen and the Rolling Stones and Def Leppard and ZZ Top practice. The first one is passion. You've got to follow your passion. Let's face it, you're not going to always sell a concert ticket. The record you record is not going to always be a hit. You've got to follow that passion. But what makes successful people successful is they also follow the passions of others. So I followed the passions, and that's what you guys do. You don't sell trips. You don't book plane tickets. You sell passion. And a good thing about passion is going to get you through things. Let's face it, economy, not been the greatest thing in the world for anything, including travel. But you're dealing in passion. You guys are passionate about what you do, and it's going to get you through all of this. One of my record people gave me this book a long time ago, There Must Be a Pony, and because you have a few more sessions and a trade show this afternoon, I'll give you the short version. 2 brothers walk up to the barn. They open the doors. It's filled to the rafter with poo. I'm cleaning this up for you, so to speak. The first brother looks at it and says, "There's nothing but poo in there." And the second brother looks at it, and he grabs a shovel, and he starts to dig, and he says, "There must be a pony." That's what passion does. I firmly believe that there is a pony on the other side of the poo in everything I do. The second rock star principle, the second corner of your stage that you're building, is knowledge. Never stop learning. Gene Simmons was speaking to a group of VIP entrepreneurs in New York City not too long ago, and one of the questions was, what is the one thing you attribute your success to? And without hesitation, one of the world's biggest rock stars of all time said, I read. I read everything I can get my hands on. And that's what I used to tell people. I didn't play Stairway to Heaven or Freebird any different than anybody else. And was pretty much given the same weather forecast as everybody else in Houston. What I did do was read. It gave me the ability to have something to talk about when the record skipped. Again, for those of you under 30, that's when your iPod runs out of power. The third rock star principle, networking. Back when I was on the radio, we called it schmoozing. I had no idea I was networking at the time. Networking is relationships, and relationships are everything, whether it's business or personal. Are you gonna trust somebody you don't know, or somebody you know, or somebody that you know recommended? That's what networking is. It's forming relationships. Networking is also doing something for others without ever expecting anything in return. The fourth corner of your rock star stage, that fourth rock star principle, your foundation, is appreciation. That's a handwritten thank you note. It is a lost art, but it makes a bigger impression than you could ever imagine. And I don't care if you have 1,000 customers. You should be writing handwritten thank you notes. It makes such an impression. People remember you. And you know what? They talk about you. Do you know I booked a trip to Aruba? By the way, I want one of those lays. I saw those back there in the hall. I booked a trip to Aruba. I figured if I just put it on, you would know I'd taken it. I booked a trip to Aruba, and my travel agent sent me a thank you note. Really? Who's your travel agent? Handwritten thank you note. Little advice, though. If you're going to write a handwritten thank you note, don't write a pissy one. Sean Cassidy was the Hannah Montana of the late 70s. He was hoping to become Miley Cyrus and be taken seriously. They brought him to town. He was 20, I was 20. Our egos were bigger than this building. And let me preface this by saying I can talk to a chair. I get along with everyone. Sean Cassidy and I hated each other all night. I don't know what it was. The personalities did not mesh. And about 2 weeks later, 29 years ago, I got this letter. Dear Dayna, think of it this way. If you play the record, we won't have to see each other again. Things could be worse. You know, I still have no, it's in my book. I talk about it in my speech. And excuse me, pardon me. Aloha. Aloha. Mwah. Oh, I love it. Wait, photo up. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love it. I want to go to Hawaii. Can anyone here book a trip for me? Anyway, how many times did I play Sean Cassidy's record? And the best part of the job is I get to spend my days with rock stars like you each and every day. Thank you.